That was our correspondent Ubaka Onwanibe giving us details of the governorship primaries in Anambra State. Moving on, reactions have continued to trail the decision of the Supreme Court to set aside the judgment of the Court of Appeal in Abuja recognizing Julius Abure as the national chairman of the Labour Party. On Friday, a 5-member panel held that the Court of Appeal lacked jurisdiction to have affirmed Abure as the chairman of the Labour Party since the substance of the case was about the party's leadership. However, the Supreme Court's ruling deepens the Labour Party's internal leadership crisis as questions remain over who holds the legitimate authority within the party. Both factions in the party are claiming victory of the judgment. While one side says the judgment means Abure still remains the chairman of the party, the caretaker committee of the party says the judgment means Abure has been sacked. Speaking on the station's flagship program, Digi 360, legal practitioner Malaki Ugwummadu says while the judgment of the Supreme Court needs to be studied in depth to understand its true interpretation, he said it is the duty of politicians to resolve their differences within the ambit of the law.
The question you have asked asks us as not just lawyers, but political scientists to now consider the bigger question as to where would contestants, where would adversaries go to, where the issue of leadership of a political party arise. And if we claim to be citizens of a country in the committee of civilized nations, it is expected that where disputation arises, whether in political parties or outside political parties, they have the judiciary to resort to. That is the expected position. But the Nigerian court and in the development of the jurisprudence of our legal system have found that what politicians do most often than not, and to the discredit of party politics, is to leave that arena that involves the participation of the people to choose leadership and ascertain the will of the people, and then resort to court. So what the courts have done over time in trying to mitigate this penchant for excessive litigation is to now make pronouncements over time and with respect to other life cases that where the issue has to do with the emergence of leadership of a political party, it can only be resolved within that political party and not outside the political party.